All right, well, I have the privilege to be able to transition to something new here right now. I want to call up onto the stage Robb and Diane Murphy. Robb is coming up here, and Robb is just about to round the corner to be serving his final 2 weeks on staff at Christ Community Church. So this is Robb Murphy and his wife, Diane. Let's welcome them to our stage. So Diane serves in our spiritual formation ministry, and she's a teacher and a mentor, and many of you people's lives have been blessed by her. And Robb has been like my right hand for the last 8 years. Now, Robb doesn't get a lot of stage time here because that's not where his presence is. His presence is making sure all the operational stuff of the church is functioning very well. 11 years ago, he left his role as a vice president at Mutual of Omaha, and he brought his amazing mind and his big heart and his Princeton Seminary education to Christ Community Church to say, hey, I want to give some great years of my life to leading within the church. And he started off doing that in the small groups and singles ministry, and just about the same time I transitioned here, he transitioned into a role as the director of ministry support, which means he oversees all of the buildings and the food and the finances and legal matters and human resources that happen at Christ Community Church, very important functions that make our church run. And you may not have seen Robb before, but if you've ever given $1 to Christ Community Church and wanted it to be stewarded well, or if you've ever been in the building at our Old Mill campus, or if you've ever interacted with any staff member at Christ Community Church, Robb has had his fingerprints all over that. He's been in the trenches. And I'm telling you, I love working with Robb. Robb has served our church well, not only in terms of doing the functions that he needs to function in, but serving with his heart and soul and mind and strength, loving Jesus every step of the way, and using his amazing spiritual gifts in order to accomplish things for the sake of the ministry. So when we encounter people like Robb and Diane, they are worthy of high respect. Robb's going to be moving on to a volunteer role at Christ Community Church. He's not leaving us. He's transitioning into a new chapter of his life where he's moving from staff to volunteer, and he's seeking God for what that's going to look like in the new era of his life. But I think it's worth it for us in all of our different venues, please, to bring honor to Robb Murphy and to show him a little bit of appreciation and love for the 11 years that he spent here at Christ Community Church. You can just go ahead and stay standing here for a minute. Robb, would you like to say a word or two?
If I can. Well, thank you very much for your kind words, Mark, and thank you, all of you. There's no reason for you to be standing, but Diane and I certainly do appreciate it. Like many of you, Diane and I first came to Christ Community as visitors, and we came simply to see if this was the church for us. So it has been quite an unexpected privilege to have served here the past 11 years. Quite the journey for a pastor's kid from South Omaha. And needless to say, we've had a lot of support along the way. So I'd like to thank all of you in the congregation and my fellow staff members for your encouragement and prayer. I'm also very grateful to Pastors Wendell Nelson and Bob Thune for inviting me to get more involved and then taking a chance on me in ministry. And then there's Mark. Thank you, my friend, for your consistent support, encouragement, and prayers for my family and me over these past 8 years. And then my beautiful wife and soulmate, Diane. Thank you so much. As Mark said, we are going to continue to be part of the congregation here at Christ Community, and we look forward to doing what we can at this stage of our life to help fulfill the mission that God has given to this church. Thank you very much.
All right, let's thank them. Thank you, my brother. Good to see you. God bless you, Diane.